Hey Soul Fan, what up? It's your boy, the Mystic Saiyan Star. Welcome back to the channel. Um, Hope everyone's doing well. We have a soul healing for the 6th to the 10th. The soul healing focuses on basically a shadow work, reflection, whatever our soul is learning, what is it going through, where is it trying to lead us to next, and basically the obstacles that we may be facing right now with the whatever energies are going on right now. This is the week of what the solar is trying to accomplish. And it may come out differently from everybody, how is this being expressed. So if you want to know how it's being expressed for you, you can contact me and I can do a reading for you. Um, but let's go. So let's do Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is Thursday. Friday, Saturday. So this week we're starting off with the Hermit. Using the Alice Tarot. I'm gonna have cards in the beginning, in the thumbnail, so you can see how this looks. Um, so we have the Hermit. It's a lady. She's chilling on some mushrooms. She's just kind of like vibing out. And the Hermit is usually just being secluded, being very introverted, doing the introspection. Um, but she's wearing green, so I'm gonna relate this to the heart chakra. So we going then looking at our heart chakra energy. You know what is going on with ourselves, and are we are we expressing ourselves the best way we can? Are we fulfilling ourselves in joy and happiness and our creativity? Or are we holding ourselves back because there's some grief, there's some pain, there's some resentment issues that we're not healing? And this might come up in the form of the introspection where we might just need to look at it because it's part of a whole bigger spiritual process of what our soul is really trying to look at and trying to clear out because it's not aligning. If we're holding on to this grief and past judgments and things, it's not helping us align to our liberation, our freedom, our authenticity. Uh, Mushrooms, you sit on mushrooms, it's like psychedelics. Wanting to see the world differently. Seeing the world from a mystical lens. And what I mean by that is seeing the divine in everything. Seeing how the divine is playing out in your lives. The symbolism of what the universe is trying to portray, what the universe is teaching you. Might be coming through the heart chakra as like um, there's random thoughts, you know. But these random thoughts can trick you in ways of like anger or frustration, and you might be like, "Why am I feeling this way?" And you take it back like, "Oh, maybe because I'm still holding on to this, and it's making me feel this way." Maybe there was a point where something made you upset, and you didn't stand your ground. You didn't speak up for yourself. You didn't push back. You know what I mean? You didn't express yourself the way you wanted to. And it could have been like months or years, but now it's coming up. It's like it's still in your aura. It's still in your energy. So now it's coming up to be revealed. It's the clarity. It's like this is still in your system. We're gonna get it out. We're gonna make sure that you are going to stand up for yourself. We're gonna make sure you stand in your power. We're gonna make sure you are expressing your creativity by giving you this sense of clarity that as you know you need to heal before you move forward. So Monday and Tuesday is I also put like the Seven of Wands here as well. So this is defending, being able to stand in your power, defending yourself. So this is Monday Tuesday comes with a strong sense of coming into your power, defending who you are, uh, what you stand for, your values, your worth, who you are as an individual. This might feel like you need to do this on an internal level, um, especially if you've been through like a lot of battles, a lot of things knocked you down. You feel like, hey, I need to. This is what I need to do to feel stronger within myself. This is what I have to cultivate in my own life, in my own energy, to feel more secure in myself, and I need to protect my values and what I believe in and my truth. And this is gonna be like a spiritual revelation that's coming up, and in its sense, it's gonna be making us feel stronger. It's supposed to help build up character and confidence, in terms of however this shows up and what you want to do. Um, so for the next aspect of the week, we have Wednesday and Thursday. This is gonna be a really strong week of getting out of our heads. We have the Eight of Swords with the Four of Swords. This feeling trapped. We get feeling trapped, scattered-minded, not know what to do, not know what direction to take. Um, and this is because things are shifting. You know, the way when we go from Monday and Tuesday, where we kind of reflect and we need to stand our ground and build this confidence in our own kind of authenticity, and you know, rebuilding our energy structure around our personal strength and power, that can create, what am I doing with this power now? How do I express this? Where do I focus this energy at? What do I create with this energy? How do I align myself? How do I express? You know what I mean? How do I vocalize? How do I communicate myself now? Um, and this is gonna take, I guess, take some time. We gotta relax. We're gonna be grounded. Take some time to just meditate, chill, um, and allow the universe to kind of guide you in this journey of restructuring your mind, your thoughts, and your thought process. Take note of your dreams as well. Um, your ambitions and what you want to do. Like you might have like, okay, like something might you might want to do something. It's like, how do I do this now? Because it's different than 3, 6 months ago. How do I do this now? How do I make this structure? How do I create this type of environment? How do I go about making new friends, or how do I go about being in this type of relationship, this friendship, showing up as this new person? How do I show up in the world as this person that I'm fully embodying now? Now that I let things go, I let this old identity fall away, and I come into this new sense of self, this higher sense of spiritual awareness and individual. How do I show up as that person? And this week is going to be all about that. It's going to be helping us to navigate through that maze. So remaining grounded, not trying to be scattered minded, uh, but relax. Um, just be relaxed and ground yourself. Do meditation. Allow your guides, the universe, your intuition to help you, guide you through this process, because it can seem like a lot. I feel like it can really seem like a lot. It can be exhausting, honestly. You might feel exhausted from this, and the exhaustion is not bad. It just means there's a lot of internal changes that are going on, DNA changes, the frequency changes, so you might need to rest a lot. You might need the extra sleep because internally there's a lot going on. Um, but once you come out of that, you will come with the clarity, uh, and it'll be easy for you to make decisions because there's going to be a lot of decision making this week of how to move forward. There's a lot of alchemy, alchemizing within the mind that's happening this week. So, um, yeah, this is very interesting energy. We have the 8, that's 8 and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, that's 3, 3 is the builder. You know what I mean? You're building a new mindset, you're building a new perspective, you're building a new sense of identity and self. Um, that is 3 is also benign, Kabbalah, that Saturn structures. You know what I mean? How we structuring our reality now based off the energy we're putting out. So for the final, the week, for the weekend, almost like a little celebration. You're feeling more alive. You know, um, not feeling as too. It's not as heavy as the beginning of the week. The end of the week feels a lot more lighter. It feels as we are balancing. There's more of a balance going on now. Like you're balancing the old identity of letting that go and moving into like the new identity and be able to fill our cup. We also have the Two of Pentacles, so we're able to, I guess, juggle between the existence of both. So we definitely, it's like a sense of it crossing over to this new timeline, to this new way of being, a little bit more easier. A little bit more easier. Temperance is all about the Sagittarius energy, higher minds. Sagittarius, Jupiter, there's a sense of expansion that's happening by the end of the week. So this weekend actually is bringing so much more growth and changes internally that this Two of Pentacles might signify new opportunities are showing up. You know, the way our routines are going to be switching up. Um, the way we juggle life is switching. Like we just switching things up. Like things are still can be in the air, but we are switching things up with how we do things. We are looking at things from a whole new way and how we are building it. There's just choices. We're making new choices. We're making better choices now that we finding our value and sticking up for our values. Now that we found a way to, we went through the mental aspect and we slept on it and we got the clarity that we need. And now we bring it into practice. Now the shift is easier now. And this is bringing, it's like, oh, I can do this. I can have this opportunity over here. If I act on this, I can actively work on this emotion that's more healthier for me, which allows this to opportunity to open up for me. If I follow the flow, if I go through this healing process. Hold on, I'm looking at the cards a little bit more. The temperance, he's like pouring like this cup, and that's just the alchemy of change that's going on. Again, there's Jupiter. We're filling our cups. We're filling the empty cup. We're filling ourselves up with this happiness, and because we could be feeling kind of down at the beginning of the week, but by the end of this week, we're gonna be filling our cup with joy, and something different, something new is coming about. The Two of Pentacles. She's holding the two pentacles, but she's locked. She's really confident in herself that she can she can make these changes. She can make these choices. She can she can transition. I feel like this is transition between one timeline to another, and this is a very powerful thing. This is very powerful. This is a powerful, powerful week for transformation, for change, for new opportunities, for unexpected opportunities to come through, for a new sense of self and individualization. I'm going to pull two more cards. And we got the Six of Wands and the Emperor. There you go. Six of Wands and the Emperor. The end. The reading. We are overcoming at something of ourselves that's been blocking us. We are coming into a new sense of power, a new sense of direction. We are balancing it out like the alchemy, the transmuting, and moving on to a new timeline into the Six of Wands, which is victory, into an Emperor that is a stronger version of ourselves, that solid foundation, that Emperor energy, like this is my life, this is what I'm going to do with it, everything is my control, this sense of leadership, self-righteousness, not in a bad way, but in a loving, compassionate way. Like, I know my value, I know who I am, and I love myself for it. And I'm standing on that. I'm standing on business. That's what I'm standing on. Matched with the Six of Wands as the victory. That's Jupiter and Leo. That's creative power. That's personal power. That's us being our own sun. Empress, Aries energies. That's leadership, taking initiative. So this is all gonna lead to something bigger, where our soul journey is emanating itself so strongly to the point where we can find ourselves being our own leader. We might be even attracting leadership jobs. You know what I mean? People are asking us, yeah, I would like you to be in this lead role for this company. Even if you're being an entrepreneur, you might find yourself being a little bit more organized. Just the way you structure, the way you think around your business is coming a lot easier, and it's coming a lot stronger. Business ideas, strategic ideas, um, the way you're around people, they can feel very inspired by you, the way you're moving. There's a lot of changes, and it's all come from your soul already knows what to do. It just needs to clear out this clutter. And once it clears out this clutter by the end of the week, moving on to the next week, you're gonna feel very empowered. This is very empowering week, and I'm very excited for the soul's journey as we come into this new position of power, this emperor energy, this victory. We got Jupiter twice, so there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of expansion here. There's a lot of breakthroughs and new opportunities, ways of thinking, the way we're thinking, expanding our minds, expanding our business, expanding our circle, expanding our hearts, expanding who we are, and breaking the cages, breaking the mental blocks, breaking the self limitation beliefs of who we are and ourselves, and belittling ourselves, and standing up for ourselves, and standing in our power, our personal strength, holding our boundaries, standing up for our boundaries and our values. Like, this is an incredible week for transformation and change. So I hope this resonates with some of y'all, and you made it to the end. I thank you for being here, and until next time, Soul Fam, peace.